Well, hey everybody, time for an update. I've been working on the frame X member, cross member. I got the frame sandblasted and the old rusty 39 X member sandblasted, trimmed, set in there. I made a few pieces. I tried to use the 39 angle support or supports to go across the frame here, but they weren't working out for me, so I just went down and bought some 14 gauge metal and made them. I put a flange on each top and bottom and put a little lightning hole with a flange on there, strengthened them up. Made that one each side. Came out pretty good. And also I've been working on some supports to go from side to side. Just plain, this is 12 gauge. I have the 39 torque tube in there right now because it's bigger diameter than the Model A one, and I wanted to make sure I put the one that I use in there so I can get the clearances that I need. Try to get you way down there low. But so I have that in there right now. It's a little long, but it'll all be shortened up. But anyway, that's fit in there. I thought about doing some lightning holes and stuff on that too, just to make it kind of look kind of cooler. But I don't think I will. I'd have to do it at work, and that's Monday, and today's Saturday. I want to get it tacked in. And then got a cross piece here to tie it together, and I gave myself a little lip underneath here to weld to, and then same at the front, little lip to weld to. It all fits in there pretty good. Now again, I was thinking about putting a couple lightning holes in there, but nobody's gonna see it but me. So I think I'll just go with it the way it is. It'll look a little cooler with the holes, but oh well. And let's see, the pedals. The pedals are, I set this cross support here back a little ways so that I could have plenty of room for my brake master cylinder. I'm probably going to put a dual master cylinder in here, so I'm going to have an adapter and then the dual master cylinder, you know, sticking back this far or so, and then brake lines. I didn't want this one to come too close. I just wanted plenty of room for brake lines and routing and stuff like that to go. So that's why I moved this one back kind of, you know, a little bit farther than center. So, and my pedal assembly looks like they're going to work. Of course, I'm going to have to bend them, but I do have a little slot right here for my clutch to go into, so it'll have enough travel. I did have my body on, and they fit in the floorboards in the right area. The steering column, I put that in there too, and you know, once I bend the brake and the clutch pedal over, it should be centered with the steering column. I did that also. I took, well, it's over here in my parts pile. I took the Model A flange, cut that off, angled it, took the F1 box, cut that off, angled it. So now once I get everything in, just like the Tardell book, I'll go ahead and set my steering column height and angle and everything, and then I'll weld this together, or have somebody who's a little bit better welder than me do that, because that's a pretty important part. So that, I've been working on that, and I also tore apart the motor that came in my 39 donor car, find out what was in that. And you know, the guy said, oh yeah, it's got a 4-inch crank and a 3/4 race cam. Well, it does have a 4-inch crank, but it's just a stock Ford cam, which I was kind of bummed. But you know, I bought the car, I wasn't expecting anything out of the motor anyway, so it's all kind of a bonus to have the 4-inch crank here. I'm having a heck of a time getting this pulley off. I've heated it, I've tried pullers, I've tried everything, but I might have to take it to work and try a big press or something. I don't want to damage the crank, but I got to get that pulley off. It's kind of weird because it measures a 4-inch stroke, but the books that I've read, they're talking about this plug right here should be 3/8 of an inch for a regular 3 3/4 inch stroke crank, Ford crank, stock Ford crank. But the Merc 4-inch crank should be 5/8, I believe, and this is only a 3/8 plug, so that's kind of different. But I put this crank back in the block with a piston and measured it, and it is a 4-inch stroke. It's like 3.988 stroke. And another problem with this, which kind of bummed me out, it's got, for you Ford flathead guys that know, it's got the 29A rods, which have the full floating bearings in it, which are way more expensive than $350 for a set of bearings for full floaters, you know, if I have to replace them. So I've been trying to decide whether to clean these up. I don't think this motor had much runtime on it at all. It was pretty clean. It's just been sitting forever. But I might try to clean these bearings up and see what kind of wear, see if they're usable. I've been toying with the idea of maybe using them, but probably the better idea would be to go ahead and replace the new bearings with new bearings. And I do have an 8BA here that I initially purchased for my project before I got the donor car, and that's pretty much a stalker, so I think it has the 8BA rods, which then I could use the bearings that go on each rod instead of the full floaters that go on 2 rods. But that's something I have to decide. Any advice from you hammers on what to do would be greatly appreciated. I know there's a lot of guys out there that are flathead experts, and I'm not, so I'd really like your opinion on what's the best route to take. I know a lot of guys say the 8BA rods are the ones to use because the bearings are cheaper. They're only $150 a set. Buys $350 a set. So, but then again, that kind of wastes that motor too, that I could resell. But anyway, working on that. I tried to get my Model A axle apart, get that wishbone out, but again, this stuff's been sitting for so long. I've heated, try to get the spring mounts out, spring perches out, and I just can't get out one side. So still working on that because I do want to use this part right there. If I use a full wishbone, it's a little bit farther down. Because I plan on using the, well, maybe the 39. I wanted to not split the front wishbones, but I've been kind of thinking of that too, whether it might be better or not. But decisions to do, to make while you're building. Let's see, what else? I guess that's about it for now. I've been busy, but the frame came out nice from the sandblaster. So, oh, and another thing, I think, I thought some people say, oh man, you should fish plate that where you've cut and welded it and stuff. And initially I wasn't going to do that, but you know what? I was thinking to myself, okay, what's it going to hurt? The only thing it's going to do is help strengthen the side. So I think I'm going to go ahead and run a fish plate on there. Again, it's out of sight, but it would be stronger with a fish plate. I don't know if it's necessary, but I think I'll put it on there anyway, just for peace of mind. Yeah, the motor looks good. It appears that somebody has put the hardened valve seats in this motor. So if this block comes out good, that would save me a little bit of money. Vice the other block getting hardened valve seats put in it. So I'm going to clean this block up, I think, and get that magnafluxed. Send it to the stripper and get it cleaned up and magnafluxed, and hopefully that's a good block. I think this is an old Merc motor because it has a Mercury manifold. It's got the four studs for the carburetor instead of a 3 like a stock 8BA one. I think that's got 3. Let's go see. Yeah, it's got 3. So And plus the 4-inch crank. So I think that's an original Merc block there, which is kind of cool. I picked up some new water pumps at a swap meet, so I'll be replacing those. I did figure out, or I'm working more on my fan placement, the whole mechanical fan pulley deal. I was having a heck of a time finding an over-the-head generator mount for an 8BA. A lot of them are the 59As, which the water, oh shoot, I forget if it's an inlet or outlet, but anyway, the water spigot here, sorry, is back in the center. You don't have to worry about it, but with this one I have to worry about it. But the only place I found that sold an over-the-generator mount was H&H Flatheads, which was really cool because it's a Navarro. They recast the original Navarros, and it fits on there, and that allows me to put on the 8BA generator mount and still be able to access the water outlet or inlet, whichever it may be. So that may work out, and I kind of temporarily put it on the motor and checked it out, and it does look like it's going to work, so that's good. I may have to, I don't know, just temporarily setting it up there. My fan was hitting it, but my fan doesn't hit these pulleys, so it shouldn't, if the generator mount pulley is lined up, it shouldn't hit that. So, but I got to work that out still. A little bit farther ahead on that. I think I showed you guys my radiator last time, but so that's where I'm at. It's coming along pretty good. I'm going to try to fill all these extra holes along the frame that I don't need. I got to figure out which ones I need and which ones I don't, because it's going to be a high boy and you're going to see that frame unless I run my exhaust pipes by it. But I got to weld up all those extra holes. A lot of welding, cleaning up before I paint the frame. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It's coming along. Thanks for watching. Bye.